What's up everyone? In today's video we're going to talk about one small tweak I made that helped me make over $25,000 in profit out of the $50,000 in profit I made in December 2021 alone, and that would be merchant fulfilling different items. In this video we're going to talk about when I think about merchant fulfilling items, how to identify opportunities where you can merchant fulfill products, the benefits of it, the downsides of it, and how I've implemented in my own business to make a whole bunch of extra money in December 2021 alone, as well as other months throughout the year, but mainly focusing on seasonal opportunities and different stuff like that. If you're brand new to the channel, I post videos 3 times a week to help you make more money with Amazon arbitrage. Done about 1.6 million in sales the last 12 months, and I'm going to do over 2.5 million in sales this coming year in 2022 alone. So let's get right into the video. We're here on my screen, and just starting off, I kind of want to talk about some of the different stuff associated with merchant fulfilling and just how I think about it. So in terms of the cash flow cycle and lead time, this is one of the big benefits of merchant fulfilling stuff, because lead time is essentially, right, if you're doing OA, there's lead time in the product getting to you and then the product getting into Amazon, and in some cases fulfillment center transfer and stuff like that. And with merchant fulfilled, you cut down on that lead time immensely, so when something gets into you or gets into your prep center, warehouse, whatever, you can immediately get it listed and theoretically get repricing and make sales, within the same day or the next day and everything like that. So that cuts out the 5 days, 10 days, potentially even longer than that in some cases with fulfillment center transfer that happens when you send stuff into FBA. This inevitably helps your cash flow cycle, and looking at kind of the compounding effect of the way your money will develop over a year, turning however many times, right? If you're able to get sales 5 days easier on average for some percentage of the dollars you're deploying profitably, right, you're getting that money back a lot quicker, and that might be an extra cash flow cycle, which could be an extra 25 or 30% a year when you think about it. So when you kind of zoom out on the time frame, it makes sense in some cases when you have the opportunity to. And I'm going to show you some Keep It charts of different stuff that shows the opportunity with that, but we'll talk about that later. Another example of when you might want to consider merchant fulfilling different items is when an opportunity is super replenishable, right? So say you're doing retail arbitrage, or there's some really low-hanging fruit with OA that's you're seeing other people are merchant fulfilling it or whatever, or it's very light and you can send it first class or something like that, and you can get a lot of it quick. It makes sense, if possible, to move it merchant fill, assuming there's not too much operational drag, like it's a small item or something like that, and you can buy more of it quick. And moving on here, there's less price volatility with merchant fulfilling because you cut out that lead time. So if you order something that's $10 and it's moving at $30, but everyone's getting it off Walmart, naturally the price is probably going to go down, just how supply and demand work, right? So if you can cut down on that lead time, it's going to cut down on the price volatility, and if it's replenishable, you can move stuff quicker and then replenish more, and it helps the cash flow cycle, so it all kind of comes together. This holds very true for different seasonal opportunities like pools last year, coming this year in December, right? Different things like that, like toys, gingerbread men, stuff like that, where everyone's going out and get it because the margin's so good. Naturally, there's going to be a lot of volatility and the price is going to go down, right? Because a lot of people are trying to get into it. So if you're able to merchant fill stuff and get it listed a lot quicker, you're going to avoid some of the competition on those listings, because a lot of people just default, a lot of the content out there says to just default FBA everything, and I don't necessarily agree that, and this is a video that kind of explains it. So specifically for seasonal opportunities, right, if you're able to cut out that lead time and theoretically even if not replenish, you can get some sales at a higher dollar amount by merchant fulfilling stuff and just getting it listed quicker, so much quicker than everyone else. For example, right, this year in December, I bought a bunch of stuff Black Friday, but Black Friday, once that stuff arrives, it's typically after the cutoff date in terms of when you're guaranteed, or Amazon says your stuff's going to be listed by Christmas. So instead of waiting to get that stuff sent in until like mid-December or late December to have it listed during January, I was merchant fulfilling a lot of the stuff I bought super cheap during Black Friday and throughout December. So this gave me a ton of extra opportunity and a ton of extra sales that other people weren't taking advantage of. And something I want you guys to do is go look at some of the refunds you sold and some other stuff, and look at the values during December and look at the offer counts during December. And we'll take a look on some of these Keep It charts. But they go so far down during December because no one can stay in stock on different stuff, which is a beautiful opportunity if you are able to get supply to merchant fill stuff, because the less and less sellers are on the listing, the less FBA sellers there are on the listing. That's going to provide more opportunity for you to snag some merchant affiliate sales. And when you're selling through merchant affiliate, there's less lead time, and you can get more of you can sell more of the item in less time because you're not dealing with fulfillment center transfer and all that. So the big thing in terms of like the objection people will say to, oh, I can't merchant affiliate because I'm not going to get the buy box, you absolutely can. Go back and look at some of the products in the method I'm going to show in a few minutes. People are probably getting merchant affiliate buy box share on those, so you totally can. Obviously, some items you absolutely can't just based on the historical data, so it's not worth it to try, in my opinion. Just get them FBA'd, and this honestly is the majority of items, right? But mixing in some extra buy box share with merchant affiliate gets you some extra sales over time when you see that compounding effect of, you know, less lead time, better cash flow cycle, and all that. It can really benefit you over the long term. So kind of looking at some of these, some Kiva charts here. So starting off here, we have a pool, and the easiest way right off the bat to see whether an item is most likely merchant affiliate is immediately just looking at the buy box right here. So come in right here, I'm going to zoom in. We can see that this person in the buy box is merchant affiliate, so that's how you see it. It would say ship from Amazon if it was FBA'd. And then also coming down here, we can pop right in, so we can see this Kiva chart, very low competition, right? Very, very low, literally the last year, right? This isn't a great ASIN either here, but the rank's fine now for how profitable I assume this is. Coming here, going to data, we can see this nice stuff, but more importantly, heading to buy box statistics, right? We can see over the 30 days here, we can see FBA. This would be checked off if any of these guys were FBA, so literally none of them are. Right? And coming 180 days, still none of them are. And this is because this is a huge item that I assume it has to go freight. No one wasted their time, or maybe even was allowed to. That's weird. Even across a whole year, no one's FBA'd. But this is a clear example, right? We can see all the people right here on the listings. FBM, these guys have, well, this guy has a bunch of reviews. This guy looks a little newer seller, but right? They have a lot of reviews, they're making money, and they're smart if they're making money, and therefore if they're listed merchant affiliate and clearly from the buy box getting sales merchant affiliate, you probably can as well. Moving on to this next item. So this is the example of a product that is super light, super small. So this could be sent USPS first class for pretty cheap, between $4 and $6. So this is an opportunity of something that totally could be merchant affiliate. And coming in here, disregard this, not like this is a good product or anything like that. Amazon is pretty closely diamond handing it, and across the whole year they're on it most of the time. But popping in here and looking at the competition new offer count, it's pretty low right here. Data, buy box statistics, and we can see here, this is an example of something that would totally be merchant affiliate. Because we can see here in the 30-day buy box stats is literally 1/5 of the buy box share is merchant affiliate sellers, and this guy has a bunch of reviews and he's doing it, so he's smart, he's making a lot of money, so you probably can as well, right, on this specific type of item. And hopping over here, we can see on this type of product, which is little beauty items. This typically would fit the bill. You know, obviously the volume's really slow in the estimated sales and everything like that. But hopping into the buy box statistics here, we can see that literally all of the buy box share over the last 30 days was FBA sellers. The current buy box is Golden Eagle, who's an FBA seller. These guys have a bunch of reviews, so they're not screwing around. Some of them are newer sellers. Hop into the 90-day, literally all FBA as well. 180-day, pretty much all, and 360-day is basically all as well, though it looks like, yeah, some of these guys, yeah, so that was probably a little while ago that they were getting the majority of the share, but across the whole year, almost always, like 80% of the time, it's been, especially on something like this that seems like it's tough to get supply and it's low monthly sales. This is an example, right? Especially looking at the recent trends, that not a product that would be good to be merchant affiliate just off the historical data. Keep it moving, kind of finishing up here. Just want to talk through some merchant affiliate shipping supplies. So for poly mailers, I mean literally any of these, you can buy them in bulk here. I buy just like 500 containers. That this be good for different beauty stuff that probably won't break, clothing, I mean really anything that fits the bill. Poly mailers in bulk, the just non-collar ones, nice and easy, like 500 a piece, right? Well, I guess if you're starting small, get like 100 or 200, and then eventually, if it works well for you, buy them in bulk. Moving on, in terms of boxes, I'm a fan of Uline. You can get discounts in bulk, 12 by 10 by 6. They have like pretty much every size, though, which is very clutch. So Uline for boxes, or if you don't want to, I mean 20 cents. They're okay. So it looks like they don't actually do much bulk discounts. I think I did at one point, but currently maybe on some of the other sizes as well. So that's that. Moving on, USPS gives out free shipping supplies as well if you're going to be doing a lot of USPS stuff. So specifically for like Lego sets in December and stuff like that, these are literally just free. Like, you don't even have to pay shipping. It's pretty clutch. So that's pretty self-explanatory in that regard, as well as in terms of your shipping labels. And it looks like they have some boxes as well, but definitely get the shipping labels from UPS for free, which are amazing. So definitely go ahead and do that. So all the shipping supplies, pretty self-explanatory. In terms of the merchant filling stuff, kind of how I think about it, really specifically for lead time and then replenishability on stuff. Like, if I can get more of something and I can move it merchant fill, who cares if I spend a little, a little more in total, right? Because with FBA, the fees are higher, but you pay shipping in bulk, so it really just varies kind of depending on the item. But I'm happy with $1 less per unit if I can sell 100 extra over a month or over 3 months, or 200 extra over that period of time and everything like that. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to join the free Discord down below. There's over 21,000 members in that, and I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday how to help you make more money with online arbitrage. So subscribe, do what you got to do. Have a great day. See you guys on Wednesday for another video.